Yeah.
All right, so we're at St. Agnes, and we're in Westchester, Pennsylvania, right?
Yes.
And your name?
Lydia Klepic.
And you teach 6th grade, I know that.
Correct.
Just
Yes.
6?
6th grade.
Okay. 6th through 8?
No, just 6th grade. Thank
6th
you.
through 8. I was going to say, you
No, I'm
look
not.
pretty
No,
healthy.
I'm not that good.
Okay. Anyway, why don't you had just mentioned to me, this is the second year of the program.
Correct.
Do you feel better than the first year?
Definitely feel better than the first year.
Now, but you had just mentioned to me that as a middle school teacher, the most intimidating thing when you start off is when
You open up the LabLearner and you read the teacher background.
Yeah.
And it's like, I haven't done that since chemistry. Do I remember this stuff?
Right.
And then eventually, as you start moving through the program and you
Right.
do a little more research, you feel a little more confident in it.
right.
But you definitely need your feet wet, and you need to do this you've got to do it a year. This year I feel so much better about this whole thing.
And I was at a school that they're in their 3rd year of it, and they say the second year was a little bit better than the first, but 3rd year was a lot better.
Well, that's great. I mean, I think the vocabulary is starting. Like last year I spent so much time teaching them vocabulary and like what the pieces of equipment were in the lab and how to utilize it. This year was a little bit easier, so I was able to say, get a graduated cylinder. They knew exactly what what it was they needed to use and how to use it. The triple beam balance, they were able to balance, to zero that out without spending a whole class period on
Right.
learning to zero that piece of equipment. So I hope that as we move through here, as the years go on, it's going to get a lot better.
Have you found that the students are any better at interpreting data?
Yeah, they are a little bit better this year than last year. I think they're less intimidated. Last year, I think they just didn't know what they were looking for. The other thing is getting them to use their vocabulary. That's the hardest thing to explain. They'll say, like they were just saying today, well, the Pangea was a supercontinent. Well, what is a supercontinent? You need to go one step further and explain what that supercontinent is. And that's trying to get them to explain that.
And to really, because that's when you know they understand it.
Exactly.
Otherwise, they're spitting back
Words and
definitions.
things that I've just told them.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Okay, I'm going to keep this fairly short, so I'm going to stop here, but I'm going to
That's good.
come back and ask you another question.
Sure.